I was sitting in my favorite green velvet armchair in the family room of my suburban Chicago home, the same house I bought 38 years ago with my late husband's first big bonus check. The morning light filtered through the lace curtains I'd sewn myself, and the smell of fresh peach cobbler still lingered from the night before. I was 71, retired after 35 years at the Cook County Recorder's Office, and this quiet hour was mine. Coffee cooling on the end table, the local news murmuring softly on the TV. The front door slammed like a thunderclap. My son, Marcus, 42, stormed in with his wife Jessica right behind him carrying Target bags. Their two teenagers trailed, glued to their phones. Marcus didn't even glance at me. He walked straight to the TV, grabbed the remote, and pressed the red button. The screen went black. "Time's up, Mom," he said, voice flat. "We're hosting Thanksgiving this year. You can stay in a hotel or go to Aunt Betty's. We need the space. Actually, we've decided you should move into assisted living. This house is too big for one old woman. We've already started packing your things." Jessica smirked from the kitchen doorway. "The family room is ours now, Celeste. We're turning it into a proper home theater for the kids. Your old recliner doesn't match the new sectional we ordered." I looked at my son, the boy I raised alone after his father died, the one I helped through college, whose down payment I covered when he and Jessica bought their first house that later foreclosed. I waited for Jessica to say something, anything in my defense. She adjusted a grocery bag and looked away. Marcus slid a folded paper across the coffee table. 30-day notice, Mom. We talked to a lawyer. You've been living here rent-free. Time to downsize." I picked up the paper. It was a homemade notice to vacate, printed from their laptop. No legal weight, but the message was clear. I stood slowly, my knees clicking. Without a word, I walked to my bedroom, pulled out the bottom drawer of my dresser, and took the stiff leather pouch that held the original deed, the bill of sale from 1986, and the current title, all still listing Celeste M. Whitaker as sole owner. I packed a small overnight bag, grabbed my keys, and left through the front door. I locked it from the outside, something I hadn't done in years. Marcus's voice followed me. "Don't make this dramatic, Mom." I hailed an Uber to the Hampton Inn downtown. In the quiet hotel room that smelled of lavender and fresh linens, I opened my phone and called my old friend, Andrew Sterling, the property attorney I'd worked with for decades at the county office. "Celeste? It's nearly 8 p.m. I woke up, Andrew. I need to evict 2 tenants from my house." A pause. "Your son and Jessica?" "Exactly. No lease, 4 years of free room and board at my expense. I want a proper 30-day notice to quit, demand for fair market rent retroactive, and I'm suspending every utility in my name starting tomorrow. Internet, cable with the sports package, gas, water, electricity for maintenance. Also, free is the supplemental debit card I gave Jessica for groceries." Andrew whistled low. "You're playing hardball." "I'm playing by the rules they forgot exist." By 9 a.m. the next morning, his sharp young associate, Roman Cruz, tall, crisp navy suit, leather briefcase, was at my front door with the official paperwork. Marcus opened the door in sweatpants. Roman served the notice politely, explained the consequences, and left. Within 2 hours, my phone exploded. "Jessica, Mom, what is this? The internet just died. The kids have school Zoom calls." Marcus, "Turn everything back on right now or we're suing for elder abuse." I sat in the hotel lounge sipping coffee and replied to neither. Instead, I walked 2 blocks to the Gallery Mall and bought a new uniform: dark navy trousers, crisp white blouse, beige linen blazer, and low heel pumps. The click of those heels on tile felt like a metronome counting down justice. I called the utility companies one by one. "This is the account holder. Please suspend service at address for scheduled repairs." Xfinity, ComEd, Jaguar, Nicor Gas, all confirmed cutoff within hours. Then I called the bank and froze Jessica's supplemental card. The texts came fast. "Jessica, card declined at Whole Foods, $187 groceries. What's wrong with the bank?" Marcus, the well pump at the lake cabin? Wait, you shut off the main house water too? They had quietly started using my small Wisconsin lake cabin as an unpermitted Airbnb. I'd already remotely disabled the Wi-Fi router and well pump there as well. Day 3. I met them at Andrew's office. Marcus looked exhausted, tie loosened, eyes bloodshot from trying to hotspot his work calls. Jessica's hair was unwashed. The teenagers weren't there. They'd gone to friends' houses to finish schoolwork. Andrew sat at the head of the conference table. I placed the original deed, title search, 4 years of utility bills I'd paid, and bank statements showing nearly $92,000 in family support transfers in front of them. Marcus blustered. We've lived here openly. Adverse possession. I smiled thinly. Adverse possession requires the owner not to live there, not pay taxes, and not object. I've done all 3. You're tenants at will. The law is clear. Then I slid over the margin call statements from Marcus's secret investment account. The $92,000 I'd given them for savings toward a condo was gone, lost on crypto, sports betting apps, and margin trades. Jessica's face went white as she read the broker's deficit notice. You told me we were saving, she whispered. Marcus lunged for the papers. Andrew calmly placed his hand on them first. Your wife reads them. Jessica started crying, not dramatic tears, but the quiet realization of betrayal. The prime ribeye, the imported beer, the new sectional, all on Mom's card? I stood. You have 27 days left. Internet, cable, utilities, and the supplemental cards stay off. If I hear screaming when I come for my winter clothes, I call the police and add a harassment report. Your corporate HR already received notice of the eviction filing. Good luck explaining that in your next performance review. Marcus slumped. Jessica looked at me with new eyes. Day 15. My daughter-in-law showed up alone at the Hampton Inn lobby. She looked smaller. Marcus is at his mom's. He's screaming at everyone. I didn't get in the car with him after the meeting. I walked to a friend's place. I filed for divorce yesterday. I pointed to the armchair. Sit. We speak calmly here. She told me everything. The pressure, the lies about money, how he'd mocked me behind my back. I listened without interrupting. Then I said, if your marriage depended on my square footage and my bank account, it was never real. You're 40. You work. You can rent a studio, sell the crossover I helped buy, and manage your own life. The door is open for visits, as a guest. No keys, no staying over. She nodded, tears falling. Thank you for saying no. I needed to hear it. Day 30 arrived cold and bright. I spent the morning at a spa outside the city. Steam, herbal tea, quiet. Roman texted. Moving truck arrived. Marcus made noise but signed the inventory. Keys handed over. Minor wall damage from mounts. They're gone. I drove home slowly. The house smelled stale. Old takeout, frustration. I threw open every window. A cold draft swept through like a fresh start. I put on rubber gloves, mopped twice with pine disinfectant, scrubbed the rug, patched the wall holes, and called the painter for the next day. Family room and hallway, soft peach, please. That evening, Jessica, knocked like a guest. I let her in. She touched the fresh peach wall. It's warm now, she said softly. We sat with tea and the last of the peach cobbler I'd baked fresh. She told me she'd found a small studio apartment, started full-time hours again, and blocked Marcus. He says you broke the family. I smiled. Unplugging the internet didn't break anything. Lies and entitlement did. Before she left, she hugged me, adult to adult. Can I come for tea sometimes, just as a guest? Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. is now open. Bring questions about wills, passwords, and separate accounts. The next week, I started a small group. Me, my neighbor Zoe, Olga, and Betty, whose son was pressuring her to sign the house over for investment. We met at my kitchen table with folders, pens, and peach cobbler. Bullet points. Will instead of gift deed, no shared passwords, limited power of attorney with expiration dates, receipt for every dollar borrowed. Betty left taller. I feel lighter. I'm saying no tomorrow. I repainted the family room peach, rehung my late husband's Savannah riverfront print lower, at eye level for me. I bought a new sectional that matched my green velvet armchair. The remote control sits on the end table again. I watch the news or music channels at the volume I choose, sometimes one notch louder than before, just because I can. Last month, Marcus tried one more call from an unknown number. I blocked it calmly. I no longer answer other people's crises. Now the house breathes steadily. The garden rustles outside. The keys on my nightstand are the only set. No tenants, no screaming, just order. I sit in my green velvet armchair, remote in hand, violin music playing clearly. I turn the volume up one more notch. Enough, I say aloud, and I finally understand what that word really means. I'm really glad you stayed until the end and heard my full story. If this tale of quiet strength and reclaiming what's yours resonated with you, please hit the like button. It helps more than you know. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the new life stories I share every single day. Drop a comment below. Which city are you watching from right now, and what time is it there? I love seeing where all of you wonderful people are tuning in from around the world. If you want to support these stories a little extra, there's a thanks button or donation link in the description. Every bit helps keep the channel growing. And right now, 2 of my most popular stories are popping up on your screen. One about a widow who outsmarted her greedy nephew, and another about a grandmother who turned the tables on an entitled daughter-in-law. Click one and keep listening. I'll see you in the next story. Take care, and remember, the keys to your own life should always stay in your pocket.